So this is just me showing you guys the hair before I bleach it and dye it. These are the products I use. I'll leave more about the products in the description. And this is the hair right here before I go ahead and dye and bleach it. So what I want to go ahead and do is mix the developer with the Bigen, the powder. But first I would like to put on my glove, because it burns. Okay, so you mix it in a bowl like such. And then you just paint it on like paint onto the hair. And I did the closure last and separately. I tried to make it a little thicker, so it won't bleed through on the closure, on the lace, which it did not. Okay, then I went ahead and let it sit and I washed it out. I used this blonde conditioner that I see a lot of people using, shampoo or whatever, and it's bomb. It worked bomb. I'm going to leave that in the description as well. And you blow dry it as normal as you know. And this is just right here, me mixing 2 of the dyes. You're going to do the same as you did and paint it on. Okay, next you put the dome cap onto the wig head. And it's like with the closure, it's like a line in the middle of the wig head to help you know where to line it up. And then you just T-pin it up at the back and at the front from the 4 corners. Okay, and what I do is I ball it up, so it won't be in the way. I start sewing at the back, and I always, before I go to the sides, I cut the thread. So every time I sew the back and I cut it. Then I sew the sides and I cut it and I go to the other side. This is just so that like when you put the wig on, like the closure, it won't be like Humpty Dumpty, like it won't hump up when you pull a thread. Okay, so when you're done, it should look like this at the top. Secure. Okay, next you just T-pin. What I like to do is T-pin the tracks from side to side, so like when I'm doing the sewing, it'll be more stable. And then from there you just sew. Okay, and it should look like this at the top if you're sewing in the same pattern. And then here is what I want to show you. So you start from the middle, you don't start around the edges, and you just bring them up like that to lay flat like that. And it should look like this when you're done. And then after that, flat iron and flat iron. So what I do with the closure is part like a little section out the front and braid that down. That'll be the baby hairs, and I just go ahead and I just pluck behind the baby hairs so that it won't be so thick. And then I just press and flat iron it through. Once I part it down the middle, I press and flat iron it through, so it could be flat. And just press and flat iron. And throughout the closure, I go throughout the closure. And then right here, I'm going to pin it back and use this Let's Her Growth Stimulating Edge Control Work Balm to do the baby hairs. So I just work on the baby hairs, and I'm working on the, the closure as I go along, just flat ironing it and all of that. This right here, just me pulling out the baby hairs. And I just flat iron. I use my Gotta Be, to spray away the flyaways, and I love using my mousse. When you put that mousse on there, it just lay it down flat, and that's really it. And the wig is done. Once you're done flat iron it and then flatten it, then shit, this is what you got. Simple.